Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit like, smash that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our deep dives into the dark corners of real-life horror. Tonight, we're diving into one of the most chilling true stories you'll ever hear. A story that might just make you think twice before you ever step into a rideshare again. Because what happened to our subject here, it was supposed to be normal. A ride back home after a night out, but things went horribly wrong. So settle in, turn off the lights if you dare, and let's begin. Imagine a bright young woman, call her Samantha. In reality, her name was Samantha Josephson. She grew up in New Jersey, had just finished high school in 2015 and gone off to college at the University of South Carolina. She was smart, ambitious, outgoing, a member of a women's club focused on self-development and service. She even spent time studying abroad in Barcelona. After school, she worked part-time at a restaurant called Liberty Tap Room. Her future looked golden. She was about to graduate with a political science degree in 2019 with excellent grades. She had secured a full scholarship at Drexel University in Philadelphia for law school. She planned to specialize in international law. Everything was perfect. And then the night of March 28, 2019 happened. It was late in the evening. Samantha was out with friends in Columbia, South Carolina. They were laughing, sharing stories, planning her upcoming graduation, only about 2 months away. The mood was light, but something shifted. At around 1 a.m., she left her friends, walked to another bar, sat alone for a while. Peaceful at first, the low hum of other patrons, the mild clinking of glasses, the distant music. But somewhere inside, someone else was watching. She ordered a rideshare, or so she thought. She expected the usual, the app notification, the car pull in, the door open, and she step into safety. But the moment she got into that car, her sense of security snapped. Picture this. The car is dark. The driver's face only partially visible in the rear view. The door shuts. You sit in the back seat. Outside the window, the streetlights flicker by. Inside, a faint scent of something cold and sterile. The door lock clicks. Something isn't right. The next morning, she never showed up for her job. Her friends, worried, knocked on doors, distributed flyers, searched the walkways. The app said she'd been picked up. The last known location, the bar, then nothing. In the early hours of the next day, in a rural area called Clarendon, nearly 105 kilometers from the bar she'd been at, a hunter found her body. The scene was brutal. She'd been stabbed at least 120 times in every part of her body. The medics said there was literally no usable blood left in her veins. Her life extinguished just weeks before what should have been the happiest milestone. Now imagine the horror. Waking up to that news. Imagine her family getting the call. The promise of law school, the dreams of international change, all gone in a single ride. And the fear. If this can happen to someone like Samantha, someone outgoing, successful, trusted by friends, could it happen to any of us? The police dug into her phone, her bank statements, her last app pickup. They found that someone had tried to withdraw money from her account twice using her card. The card itself was used by someone who didn't have the PIN. They found surveillance footage of a black Chevrolet Impala pulling in front of the bar where Samantha had last been seen. She opened the back door and got in. It looked like the ride she requested, but it wasn't. Within 25 hours, the police located a car matching the description near the suspect. The driver, a 24-year-old man named Nathaniel David Rowland. When confronted, he fled but was caught. Inside his car, cleaning supplies, large amounts of blood, Samantha's phone. The car had a child lock system engaged, meaning the rear door could not open from the inside. It trapped her. At his home, investigators found her blood on a two-bladed weapon and a strand of her hair on it. The evidence was overwhelming. He was charged with kidnapping and murder. The jury found him guilty. He received a sentence of life behind bars. What makes this story more than just tragic, it's the false comfort we've all grown to trust in app-based rides. We assume, check the plate, the app, the photo. We assume safety. But here the driver was able to spoof the ride. The victim trusted. She got in. It was just a ride until it wasn't. And indeed, similar stories exist. There are countless rideshare horror stories, fake drivers, wrong cars, twisted intentions. In one article, a woman in Los Angeles was taken 20 miles off route in a supposed rideshare locked in. In another, strange rides that were never ordered but logged under someone's account. The data isn't just alarming, it's a chilling reminder we need to stay alert. Let me walk you through it like you're sitting in the back seat with Samantha. You are 1 a.m. The bar is emptying. You've had a few laughs and you tap the app. You hear the engine, see the brake lights. You unlock the rear door. You climb in, smiling faintly. Outside, the street is silent but for a distant siren. The driver nods. You settle in. You glance at your phone for the route. The driver asks for confirmation of the address. Time passes. The ride feels longer than usual. You check the meter. Darkness creeps in as the car moves into less lit streets, edges of town. The seatbelt feels snug. You click it just in case. The driver is silent. The hum of the engine, the only sound. Outside the windows, trees blur. Your heart beats a little faster. Suddenly, the rear door locks automatically, child lock engaged. You notice you cannot open the door from the inside. Your phone battery dips. You glance at the driver in the mirror, his face half hidden by shadows. You ask, "Are we almost there?" He doesn't answer. The car turns onto a dirt track. You see nothing but empty land. Panic swells. You want to call someone. You want to press the lock button. You realize you're trapped. Then, the car stops. The driver opens his door. You hear footsteps in the dirt. Fear floods your veins. You're in the middle of nowhere. There are no lights. This was supposed to be a safe ride home. That's when it all goes wrong. Samantha never made it home. Her family never saw her graduate. The world lost someone bright, kind, full of life. What remains is the fear. The question, what could we have done? The deeper question, why did this happen? This case eventually contributed to legislative action, stricter rideshare laws, requiring visible barcodes on vehicles so riders can confirm the car is legit. It's a small comfort, but the loss remains enormous. Always check the license plate, driver photo, and car make and model. Before you get in, send your ride details to someone you trust. If something doesn't feel right, the route is wrong, the driver acts weird, speak up, cancel, get out. If your phone dies, don't be isolated. Use other means. Ask loudly. Stay alert, especially late at night and in unfamiliar areas. If you were in Samantha's place, what would you have done? Would you have trusted that ride? Would you have asked to get out? Can you imagine hearing the door click, realizing you're locked in and there's no escape? Does science or logic fully explain how a seemingly safe app ride can turn into a nightmare? Or is part of us still vulnerable to something darker, human evil, random chance, fate? Stories like this are not just cautionary. They're real, raw, and they remind us that sometimes the most ordinary seeming choices can lead to extraordinary horror. I'll end this here, but I want you to sit with the unease. Let it linger. You may lock your doors tonight or hesitate the next time you order a ride. That's okay. Better safe than sorry. If you felt the chill of this story, give me a like, hit subscribe, and share this video with someone you care about. Let them know even a trusted ride can carry unseen danger. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and keep asking the question, was that ride really supposed to be my last?